Welcome to the Best Card Payment Gateway. There's a few ways to run a transaction. By now you've got your login information, you've authorized the account, and you're ready to process a transaction. The first way to run a transaction is just directly through the virtual terminal. And you can either click the credit card sale button here, or you can go over here on the left-hand side and run a sale like that. Either way is fine. But then you would just enter the credit card information here manually if you've taken the credit card information over the phone, or if you've gotten a USB card reader, you can swipe the transaction directly into your computer, and it'll automatically populate the last four digits of the card number, the expiration date, and you would just put in the amount and basically process the transaction. This is the quickest and easiest way to run a transaction. The other way is using the swipe software, and the swipe software is you click the cloud icon over here, and this is software that you can download to your Windows-based PC, and you can see the different operatings that it works with right here. And I think they may have added one since then, but you download the application, it sits on your desktop, and then you just double-click it to open it, just like you would any other program. And you can also attach a card reader to your computer, and then this basically acts as a little mini point-of-sale system, so you can process transactions that are swiped, or you can key enter them as well. But the software is nice to have on your computer because you don't have to continually log into the website to process transactions. The third way is by going to Quick Click and creating a button using the button generator to put on your website. And this is really handy because patients or customers can go to your website and pay their invoice online using a button that you put on your website, and then it takes them to a page where they can process the credit card. So we have the same system on our website. So I'm going to show you our website. This is our home page right now. And if you go up to Pay Invoice up here, you just put a button on the home page, click Pay Invoice, and then you come down here and you put in the amount that you want to pay. Usually it would say, on your invoice how much the balance due is. We'll just say $1 for testing purposes. Make payment, and then it goes to a separate page that's hosted on secure servers. So your website's not actually taking the credit card information, which takes a lot of liability away from the merchants. So this is really handy. Customers or patients can pay their invoices day or night, 24 hours a day. It speeds up collections because people oftentimes like to pay bills at night or on the weekends, and oftentimes you're not open. So it's a very nice feature. So anyway, you put that button on, very easy integration. It's just HTML. You copy and paste the code in there, and you're ready to go. Let's see here. I'm checking something out here. If you use this method on your website to accept transactions, there's a couple security features we want to bring up. So you just go to the settings right here, settings, scroll down to address verification. As you know from buying stuff online, you always got to put your address and zip code in. It verifies that that card number that you use matches up with the address that it's billed to. So under address verification, there's a couple settings, and this applies to both U.S. and domestic transactions. For now, we're just focusing on the domestic transactions. You'll want to click a couple settings to make sure that you are secure. You'll want to hit the first 5 digits of zip code that do not match, and the street address does match. You check that one, we recommend, and also check the one down here. Street address does not match, and first 5 digits of zip code do not match. That will prevent people from just having credit card numbers going to your website and at the very least just testing to see if credit card numbers are active. Sometimes that's what a lot of bad guys like to do, to see if that card is in working order. The other thing you want to do is the 3-digit code on the back, or if it's an Amex, it's 4 digits on the front. You want to make sure in settings that you are asking for that number, and where am I at? Settings. You want to make sure you're asking for that number and getting the correct number. So that's under card ID verification. So the one that we want to check is does not match. If they put in the CVV number and it does not match, it's going to reject the transaction. You want to do that for both U.S. domestic and non-U.S. international cards. And you can see we've done that. And that's pretty much it. If there's a lot of other videos on detailed aspects of some of these features in this gateway, but these are the basic ways to accept credit cards, and really some of the basic features you need to know. The one last thing I do want to show you real quick before we let you go is once you get your payment gateway set up, you can create different users. And that's under settings again. So you can go to user accounts and create just another user. You can see we have 2 on this best card test account right now. And if you want to add a new user, you just click to add a new user, enter their first and last name, title if you want, it's not required, email address, and you create a username for them. Then you can create permissions for them. In the virtual terminal, you just expand this. What aspects of this do you want them to have? So if you click credit card, do you want them to be able to run sales? Do you want them to be able to issue refunds? So whatever permissions you want to set up for each individual user, you can do that as well. Then you just go down, and also you can get different reports sent to them depending on what their role is. So if you just create that user, they'll be notified by email that an account has been set up. They'll click the link and set up their own password, and they'll have access to the system under parameters that you set. And so that's really it for the Best Card Payment Gateway. For more customized settings, please don't be afraid to reach out to one of the Best Card team members, and we'll be able to help you out.